So down here in hall number 6 at GITEX Global this year, of course, in association with North Star. You might remember we caught up with Peter Mellerud, I should say, a couple of days ago down here on the File Cloud stand. I enjoyed that so much, I decided to come back for more, and I'm now joined by the boss of the MESC sales team, Abdul Hakeem Babsa. Hakeem, thank you so much indeed for being with us.
You're welcome, thank you so much for having me.
Thanks for the kind invite back as well. We obviously behaved ourselves last time, so nice to be back. Paint a picture for me, if you can, Hakeem, of your customer base here in the region at the moment.
Mostly our customers in the Middle East and North Africa region are mostly large government agencies. We are speaking about ministries that have thousands of users using File Cloud on a daily basis. For example, you have ministries in Saudi Arabia, in the United Arab Emirates, and other countries, and we can say that every day thousands of government users are using File Cloud to edit, to share, to collaborate on a secure way. And the most important thing, they are using a solution that is compliant with the data residency regulation, which means, in other words, public cloud solutions out there in the market are not allowed to be used by government agencies because, from a legal perspective, they are not compliant.
You take an EMEA perspective with the business. Obviously, it's a global business, as we heard from Peter a few days ago. When it comes to keeping data, not just data, but all your data within home country, is that more important for countries here in the EMEA region? Exactly,
because today the most important blockers for government agencies and also large private companies that deal with government on big projects, they need to make sure that the data stays within the country and, most importantly, within their infrastructure. Let's say a very simple example. I'm here at the GITEX and I'm working for the government and I need to share an important sensitive file to another government agency. So from here, without returning to the office, I can just use File Cloud to share this file. Of course, there are many solutions out there in the market, as I said, but are all these solutions compliant, highly secure? No, because once you use those solutions, you are going through public cloud. That means that your file, the government data, is going through public cloud, which means that the file is going to travel outside the country. So you are not compliant anymore. So you need to use a solution that is compliant and stays within your infrastructure. And that's why we have an excellent reputation with government agencies, ministries in Saudi Arabia, in the United Arab Emirates, in Qatar. And we also have private companies looking and that need to be compliant with the data residency regulation. Because, as we know, all the big projects today are involved government data. So as a large company, I need to make sure that I'm compliant with those regulations in order to deal with government, in order to access government file, in order to share it, and in order to collaborate on this government data. And we have many customers, many requests from public cloud providers coming to us, coming to File Cloud, because they know that ministries, public administration are using us.
Give us and again, I'm conscious of client confidentiality here and don't want to name names, etc., and pry too much. But for listeners and viewers, give us a sort of a case scenario, if you can, of some of the concerns, some of the challenges that you've been asked to address here and find out solutions for.
Yeah, very simple. So the main use case for organization, whether public or private organization, is to be able, within one platform, being able to share, to edit, and to collaborate on a secure manner in one solution. And the solution should be compliant with data residency regulation, which means that I need to know, as an admin or as a manager, I need to know who is accessing my file, who is accessing my data, okay? Because if I create or if I set up a policy saying that I would like only users from the United Arab Emirates to connect to my File Cloud, then I don't need, or I'm not I don't want to see someone from outside the United Arab Emirates to connect to my file hub. And this is really important for government and large private companies.
Yeah.
And we are speaking about future is data, and believe me, we see it every day on our work.
You say the future is data. I mean, the present is very much data, but the fact that you're saying the future is data, companies that are not investing into data solutions at the moment will fail in the future?
They will fail, but of course they can use other solutions, but they will not be compliant. They will not use secure solutions. And this is important. This is a challenge for government and private companies, because we know that government, they are looking for digital transformation. As you can see, for example, we have the Vision 2030 for Saudi Arabia, and their objective is to have a complete digital transformation for all government agencies. But of course, since we are speaking about sensitive data, it should be a controlled digital transformation, because this is important for them to have a very secure solution, a compliant solution. And as my colleague, our manager said, we are also meeting the requirements in terms of air gap capabilities.
Yeah.
And they are happy, and we know they're happy from a sales perspective because they are renewing their contract with us.
Just finally, what do you say to those? I mean, it's all about early adoption at the moment, isn't having a sort of a very open mind perspective to this. But there is resistance to change within big organisations. There is that mantra: if it ain't broke, why fix it, etc. What do you say to those who are resistant to change?
Excellent. We tell them every day we have this discussion, because they would like to save time and at the same time adopting a new solution, secure solution, compliant solution, but easy to use. And FileCloud, we are removing this issue to resistance to change, because you get familiar with FileCloud in less than 1 hour. I mean, just sharing, editing, collaborating. And users, as I said, FileCloud is used by thousands of government users on a daily basis, and really simple solution to use, which means that you are not going to spend, you are going to share a file in less than 1 minute. Important sensitive government files in less than 1 minute in a highly secure manner.
Hakeem, we could talk for a lot longer. Unfortunately, we're out of time on this occasion. Again, if people want to find out more, I'm assuming they can come on down to the show this week.
Sure, yes, they can come, and we are on booth H6A11.
Exactly it. We're down in the Hall 6 down
Thank you
here.
so much, Tom. Thank
So
you
come
so
on
much.
in. And if people can't make it down to GITEX, they can find out all the details on the website, yeah?
Excellent.
Do you have an office here in the region?
Yeah, we will have an office very soon, within a year.
Perfect.
Dubai Eye 103.8.
Join the conversation.